Okay, now we are recording. Okay, so I'm going to start that part over. So as an independent consultant, you can get a consultant cash bonus of $100. Okay, what you need to get that is $2,500 in volume, so 2,500 QV, and you need 2 new preferred customers or consultants that place an order of 150 QV or more. There is an image on the success line, the success plan on the source that lays that out, but it's 2,500 QV with 2 new independent consultants or preferred customers that do 150 QV or more, and you get $100 from Arbonne. Okay. Also this month, to get from a consultant to district manager, if you haven't seen yet, they kind of just slash the requirements in half almost. So if you're a consultant and you want to build a business, now is the time to do it. So to get to district manager this month, you need 3,500 success line QV, and 1,000 of that has to be PQV. So what success line QV means is my success line QV is all of you guys. Everyone I sponsor directly, who they sponsor, who they sponsor, who they sponsor, that's my success line QV. Okay. So I'm looking at Hannah. So Hannah on here sponsored Carrie. She sponsored Lindsay. Well, let's start with Michaela. That'll make more sense. So Michaela sponsored Hannah. Hannah sponsored Lindsay. She sponsored Carrie. Carrie sponsored Azalea. I hope I'm not missing anybody out. In that leg, all of those people are in Michaela's success line QV. Okay. PQV is what you do on your own. Yes, and Emily, sorry, I'm like trying to bounce around. Hannah's calling me out. Thanks, girl. I'm just kidding. Okay, so PQV is what you do personally. So if Michaela were a district manager, trying to get to district manager, she would need to do 1,000, and the rest of her team could do the 2,500. Okay, you guys, if something doesn't make sense, please let me know. So if you're shooting for district manager, you need 3,500 total, your entire team, but 1,000 of that has to be directly your sales. Okay. If you are a district manager currently, you can receive a district manager bonus, and that is getting to 5,000 success line QV. So 5,000 on your whole team, and then 5 new that do 150 plus QV order, preferred customers or consultants. Okay. And that's a $200 bonus. If you are shooting to get, if you are a district manager and you're trying to get to area, this month it is 15,000 success line QV, 5,000 of that must be in your central, and 150 must be PQV. Okay, so I'm gonna break that down, what that means. And you guys, if it's confusing, I'm gonna do my best to explain it. If it doesn't make sense, text me, or honestly text Aileen. She, the number stuff is like her thing. It like gives me heart palpitations because it's just not my thing. So I'm gonna do my best, and Aileen, please jump in if there's something
I'm gonna share my screen because I have the flyers pulled up while you're talking, because some people might need to read while you're saying this.
Yes.
Do you know?
Yep.
Okay.
You want me to share my screen?
No, I have it pulled up, so I'll share while you talk.
Perfect. Okay. So if you are a district, honestly, or anyone, if you want to push to become an area manager this month, you need to do 15,000 success. Yes, perfect. 15,000 success line QV. So again, success line is you and any person that comes down below you. Okay. You do 15,000 and you're an area. You guys, being an area is a great place to be. 5,000 of that must be in your central. And what that means is your central is people that you have directly sponsored. Okay. And then the rest can come from people below that. And then you obviously have to have at least 150 PQV, so personal sponsoring. So I'm going to use Michaela's team as an example again. Michaela has to do a minimum of 150. Her whole team has to do 15,000 as a whole. And 5,000 of that needs to come from Hannah and anyone else that she directly, or everyone's in her central still, right?
No, so now Michaela's central. What central doesn't mean you personally sponsored them. Central district is anybody that's not already a district. So Hannah is not part of her, because Hannah does not count anymore. So Michaela's central district is whoever is not under Hannah, basically.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Does that make sense, you guys? Let me know if it doesn't. So 15,000, Michaela's entire team. 5,000 of that must come from anyone that Michaela has sponsored and who's under them except Hannah, because Hannah is now a district. And then 150 of that must be Michaela's personal sales, personal orders. Okay. There was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, if you, for example, last month, Michaela, I hope you don't care that I'm totally throwing out your numbers. I don't think you do. So I'm just going to hope that you don't. So last month, for example, Michaela's team did, I don't even remember the exact number. Let's say they did, okay, I'm fine. Let's say Michaela's team did 15,000. I don't remember, but it was right around that range.
She did over 15, I think.
Okay. So let's say they did 15,000 last month. So that means to get to area, usually it's 24,000 over 2 months or 30,000 over 3. So they did 15,000 last month, which would mean that without this promotion, she would only need 9,000 more. So right? So that still sticks.
It's actually 10 because you have to have 10,000 minimum.
In your last month. Okay. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is without the promotion they're doing in May, if there's less volume that you need based on the original success plan, that's what you follow. Okay, so same thing with Hannah.
Correct. So once Michaela hits 10,000 this month, she's going to be an AM, even though she could use this one, but the lesser of the two is the old way because she did so good last month. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And that same thing, like Hannah's team did over, like, so just remember, this isn't like meant to, like screw you over. Essentially, this is going to help those people that want to do it now, but follow the lesser, like Aileen said. And if you're not sure what that is, you guys, please reach out and let us know. So Aileen, I was also hoping, would you be open to chatting about the bubble chart? Because I was explaining this to Hannah last night, how every month, literally since I've started, and I need to be better about, I'm going to take notes too, because I still have Aileen do mine for me because it's kind of confusing for me. But what she does is she writes down my name, and then she writes down, okay, I have Michaela's leg, I have Cassie's leg, I have Charlie's leg, I have, whoever I directly, Gabby's leg, Felicia's leg, Danielle's leg, whoever. And then she averages, like, okay, on the low end, they'll probably do this. On the high end, they'll probably do this, based on just what people have been doing, based on their sponsoring, things like that. And it kind of gives you a good idea of what to set as your goal. And I was explaining that last night to Hannah. I'm like, I'm just going to have Aileen talk about it tomorrow because it makes way more sense. So Aileen, do you want to kind of break that down a little bit and explain it? And I don't care if you want to use like my.
No, totally. So like you guys, and this is just, I just drew this now, but I mean, she has way more legs than this, but I literally draw a bubble with legs coming out. It's that simple. If you don't have any consultants that are building, you don't have legs drawn out, or you can have a leg drawn out with your question marks in them saying, my goal this month is to sponsor 4 direct new consultants. So your bubble would be your central, and then you would have 4 legs, and you would have question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, because your goal this month is to sponsor 4 new consultants. And then the central bubble is your PQV. And then of course, like if you have any non-active consultants, which Kylie and some of you guys do that have been in this business for a while. So legit every month, that's what I do. I draw out the bubble charts, and then in Kylie's central circle, that will be anybody that's not already a district manager. And so I would be like, okay, Gabby, I'm looking at Gabby. I'm gonna be like, Gabby, this person, this person, this person, we're working with them to help them promote. And then I will do a low and a high goal next to each name. So I'll be like, Gabby, she's ready to run. She'll do 1,500 to 3,500 or whatever. I'm just going to throw that out there. Then next to the other person, I'll put a low and a high of what I think, they'll do based on past experience or what they're committing to doing. That's why it's important to have a strategy call with your uplines, because you could have done nothing last month, but now you're like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm just ready to go all in. So I do use like past months to gauge where we think you'll land. And I'm pretty good at guessing that range. Like I always have a high and a low. And last month, Kylie's high was 80,000 and she hit it. I knew she'd do 60 on the low, 80 on the high, and she hit 80. So we're pretty good at guessing the ranges. So, and to do that, we just break down each person. And then so we write down the names of the people that are truly actively building. And then if Kylie said, I'm going to sponsor 4 more this month as well and help all 4 of them get to 1,000 to 2,500, then we add that in. And then that would be Kylie's central district bubble. And I'm throwing out Kylie's numbers, but her central district, meaning anybody that's not already a district on her team, which she has like 9 direct now, has been averaging 25 to 30,000 each month. So yes, our district goal is to always hit 5,000 and hit that bonus and then eventually get it to 10. But like she's quadrupling what, you know, the average district volume does because she's quadrupling her numbers and her sponsoring and continuing to lead the team. So if you want to set a goal really high, you can. I know some of you guys are like ready to go straight to area bonus and region qual. So those of you that are ready to like do that, like totally put that out there and let Kylie know. And I'll put that as your high number. So if Michaela was like, me and Hannah are going 40,000, then I'll put that as the high and I'll put 20 as the low, but you have to tell me how you're going to break that down with this bubble chart. You can't just say, I'm going to wish it to happen. So I kind of like to see visually how the team looks. And we can say, okay, well, Cassie this month is going to do X, Y, and Z. And so she has about 10 to 12 direct legs now. She used to have 4 to 5. So now that she has 12 direct legs around her bubble, we can see where we think everybody's going to land high and low, where we think her central will land high and low. And then that total number is what her volume for the total team we think will be. So we did it for this month and we think it's 100 to 125 based on what we think. And I know we haven't talked to all of you guys, but that's kind of how it looks. So you can make it look a lot prettier. And sometimes with the teams getting so big, I'm just listing each district out and doing their high and low if you don't want to do the bubble. But in the beginning, until you're like a region, doing bubbles are really fun and easy because it's a good visual to see how each pod does.
Yep. And I did want to share with you guys, like just kind of to speak some big vision, essentially, really quick with what is possible. I'm going to share with you guys my screen. And I'm not going to show like anyone's individual numbers. I'm just going to share like what we did as a team. So can you guys see this? Okay. You guys can see this. Okay. So this is December of 2019. Okay, so this is last December. As a team, we did not even 14,000, okay, with 12 new. Okay, that was December. Fast forward to January, so we did under 14, 12 new. January of this year, we did, and I'm showing you guys to show, like, this is what's possible. We did close to 26,000 with 23 new. That's almost, that is like doubling our numbers, okay? That was January. February, we did 41,000 with 56 new in February. Again, we're like doubling. March, we stayed about the same in March, 42 with 44 new. And then April, we did 80,000 with 96 new people. You guys, that like the 96, I just like, that gets me like 96 new people. But the reason I'm showing you guys, obviously it's not to brag because I could not do that on my own. Absolutely no way, shape, and form can you do that on your own. But to show you guys, like, it does not matter what you did last month or the month before, your entire business and entire life could change, could look completely different in a few months. I mean, your paycheck could literally double within a few months or triple within a few months. Okay, so I'm showing you guys that to show you that when I tell you, like, hey, shoot for this, and you think I'm crazy, it is possible. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys, just like to share with you like what, and then today it like went down to 3,000. It's so sad when they like reset the things, but it's okay. So as a team this month, how do I stop sharing my screen? Here we go. So as a team this month, I do want to always share with you guys, like what we are shooting for as a team. Like Aileen said, like 120,000 as a team. Like I'm envisioning us doing 120 this month and going nation qual next month as a team. When it comes to how many people I want to serve this month, 120, like absolute minimum. Last month we started with 70, blew it out of the water and did 96. Like I want to do, no, 125. I'm looking at my sticky notes, 125 as a team. And that's when I say how many people we want to serve, that's brand new preferred customers or consultants that place 150 plus QV order. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I also wanted to share, you're probably thinking like, okay, if I'm going to hit these goals, like what the heck do I need to do? What does that look like? So I wrote some things down. One of them being, you guys, a daily power hour. Like a daily power hour, it takes 1 hour, obviously, out of your day. And it has truly changed the trajectory of my business since I started doing it. And I'm going to really quick tell you guys, we have them every morning at 6:30 a.m. We have them every day at 11 a.m. You can plug into one, you can plug into both. You can do it on your own if you can't make those. I will say it's really helpful to do it as a team because you can ask questions and things like that. But daily power hour, and what that is I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. So if you guys have to watch the playback, so 5 minutes, a 5-minute brain dump. And that's literally just everything on your mind. I need to do laundry today. I need to take this to the post office. I need to pick up like everything that's on your brain, dump it out 5 minutes. And then for 10 minutes, you're going to prepare your social media posts. So what am I going to post on my story today? Am I going to post something on my feed and talk about this for 10 minutes? And then for 20 minutes, you create and have conversations. So that's where you get, what I do is I do 5 brand new asks. So ask brand new people to take a look at this business, products, hosts, whatever, 5 brand new, 5 follow-ups. And then I reach out to people about the 30-day. And I try to do 3 to 5 new 30-day reach outs. Okay. After that, you're doing 10 minutes of networking. Honestly, this is my favorite part of the power hour. I literally am just like on Instagram, like commenting on people's stuff, reaching out to people, asking them. Like lately I've had really good conversations, just like, oh my gosh, I see you're into fitness. Have you been like passionate about fitness your whole life? And like have gotten to know some girls that I haven't even talked to about Arbonne yet, you guys, but building those relationships. So you're doing 10 minutes of networking, 10 minutes of team building check-ins. If you don't have a team yet, keep networking, keep adding people, keep reaching out. But that's when I reach out to my team like, hey, how are you doing? Like I literally keep a list in my notebook of everyone on my team that's working so I can make sure I'm keeping track of everyone and reaching out to everyone. And then the last one is you do 5 minutes of taking care of current clients. Reaching out, hey, how are you enjoying your products? Maybe someone has something that they need to reorder. Also, what I want you guys to be doing is when someone signs up to do the 30-day program, okay, on the source, there is a 30-day tracker where it will tell you on day 1, reach out to them, make sure, ask them how their day went. On day 5, do this, on day whatever. Use that until you get used to what it looks like. Now I just, each month on my calendar, I literally will write off to the side everyone that's doing the 30-day program so I can make sure I'm checking in with them. Because that is what's going to make people stick around and fall in love with it, is if they actually feel like they're getting that one-on-one coaching. And I also think it's like, send them recipes. Like, oh, I love these protein pancakes. You should try them. Try this, try that. People love that stuff, and they love when they feel like you're actively engaging in their progress. Let's see. So I do that, and then talked about the power hour. You guys, 20 to 30 minutes of personal growth and development every day. Like you have to. It is going to make a world of a difference in your business. I prefer to sit down and read for 20 to 30 minutes, but I also have a toddler and I'm also building a business. And I also I can't always sit down and read. Listen to a podcast while you're getting ready in the morning, or while you're working out, or while you're washing your face, getting ready for bed. 20 to 30 minutes, you guys. That is going to make a world of a difference. I also wanted to say we are starting a book club. We're finishing up our book club this month, starting a new one in June. So we do them on the, starting a new one in June. We do it the second and fourth Sunday of every single month. Okay. We're going to start doing it at 7 versus 7:30 right before the Road to Nation meeting, just because there's a lot of people doing it this time, and I want to make sure we all have the time. If we find that's too much, we'll move it, because I want it to go right back to back with the Road to Nation meeting. I find as a mom, it is easy to do everything back to back. So I can say, hey, honey, I am not available from 7 to 9 versus like, okay, I have this at 5, I have this at 8. So I want to do it back to back. So we're going to start that. So it'll be the 14th and 28th of June. And you guys, I already decided what book we're going to do if you want to order it. It's called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. I know you can get it on Amazon. And the reason I'm starting it, I'm hoping to start it today. If you know who Rachel Hollis is, she was like, someone asked her, what is the #1 book for this season? Like with the pandemic and everything going on. She's like, immediately said this book. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do that. And I've like started skimming through it, and I think we'll really like it. So it's The Hard Thing About Hard Things. And I'll let you guys know too. I just want to give you guys plenty of time to order it, and I'll let you know. I'm going to look at it today, and I'll let you know like what to read prior to the next, yes, Danielle, prior to the next, Ben Horowitz, prior to the next book club. And then also, I wanted to share with you guys, I get asked a lot. I actually had a girl on Alicia's team reach out to me today. Callie reached out to me. She's like the cutest. She's like pushing for area region quality. She's like, what should my goal be? You know, you guys, here's what I do. I'm going to do my best to share this with you. I'm just going to show you like how I keep track of like what my goals are and what our team goals are. Let's see if I can do this without like breaking my laptop or something. Okay, so those are sticky notes, and those are the amount of people that we're gonna serve. So there's 10, 20, all the way up to 125. And then these are just 2 Bible verses that relate a lot to what we do. So I put those there. And then you guys, this is, here, my whiteboard. I'll just like grab it and show you guys. And I know Charlie has a whiteboard. I know, do what works for you. I know Hannah has like sticky notes. You can see them. I think you can actually see them behind her. Has like sticky notes all over her wall. Do what works for you. But I'm one of those people, you guys, that if I will write something on my to-do list just so I can check it off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, just because I visually like that. Like, yes, I accomplished something. It brings me joy to do that. So I'm one of those people, not afraid to admit that. So I have this board, and it says, intention is like my favorite word ever. So it says Intention Nation, and it literally has 2K, which I'm running out of room. I'm gonna have to get a bigger whiteboard. It literally says 2K all the way up to 120K. So I can keep track of where we're at. It also, my goal every month is 10 new preferred customers and consultants. 4 minimum consultants, and then 6 new preferred customers. And then my 2020 word, stay on mission. And then there was a book I read that's like, what are you going to do more of in 2020? And mine were sponsor, encourage, and trust. So I literally look at this every single day. So that helps me. I also will, you guys, whatever your QV goal is, whatever your sponsoring goal is, write it on sticky notes. And I'm going to challenge you, find 3 places that you look every day and put them there. Like, I have them next to my mirror in the bathroom, because when you see those numbers continuously, like, it really truly does remind you, like, okay, 80, what am I doing to get to 80? What am I doing to sponsor? So I encourage you guys to do that. I also will, if you're a planner person, you're my kind of people. If you're not, that's totally fine. But I love writing stuff down. So I also have these habit trackers. I literally got them on Amazon, and they're nice and cute. So I move for 30 minutes each day, my daily power hour, and it says 5 asks and 5 follow-ups minimum. And then my bottom, every day I write out 5 things I'm grateful for. I write out 10 goals. And then I'm like super strong in my faith journey, like super involved in my faith journey. I will do a scripture writing plan, and that is literally on here to make sure that I do it, you guys. So I've been doing this move for 30 minutes. The other day, it was 10 o'clock, was ready for bed in the bathroom. I'm like, crap, I still have 15 minutes left of a workout. I'm not kidding you, in my jammies, like went out in the living room, and I'm like, whatever. And I like did abs and like just the most random workout in the world. But I'm like, if I wouldn't have gotten to cross that off, like I probably would have stressed about it. So I did it. And then on the back, I write down the daily power hour breakdown. And And I have all of your guys' names on here and everyone that's on your team. So that way I can make sure no one is getting lost. And I say that because our team is growing so quickly and it's a beautiful thing, but I also don't want anyone to feel left behind. I also, in Arbonne, you'll hear all of the time, 40 faces a month, 40 faces a month. I am horrible about actually writing that down. So this month, like week 1, May 1 to 7, 1 through 10. May 8 to 14, 1 through 10. So I can physically write their names down and keep track of them. So it's not 3 months later and I'm like, oh, whatever happened to that one girl? Because you forget to follow up, because following up is huge in Arbonne. So you guys, that's what I do and that's what works for me. I'm also very, very type A, very type A. So that's a part of it. But that I wanted to share with you guys what has worked for me and what I have been doing. So to go off of the 40 faces, Valerie Edwards did a call with a few of us girls last month. And she was talking about the rent for your business. So the rent for your business is 40 faces and 2,500 PQV. Like you want that to continuously be something that you're shooting for and goals that you're shooting for. As far as activity, 40 faces a month, you guys, you can do it however you want. You can do one-on-ones. You can do, obviously, I'll get to questions, Hannah. You can do, one-on-ones. You can do right now, obviously, we can't go to like coffees and stuff like that. You can do all one-on-ones and all reach outs, but if you guys doing parties, I'm not going to lie, they're not my favorite thing. They're not, but they take 30 minutes and you can get in front of 8 people in 30 minutes versus spending your whole day having a conversation with one person. So my goal is always to have 5 to 8 parties on the books. And that could be not even necessarily like you doing them on your own. Ask a friend, ask a family member, hey, would you be willing to host for me? All they're doing is getting their friends in front of us, friends and family and network. And you guys, we will do that. If you're someone that's new and you're like, no, that sounds horrible. I would have no idea what to say. I will do it until I or your sponsor will do it until you feel comfortable doing it. And now, again, like I said, Cassie, she loves parties. I do not care for them, but I know that I just know I'm going to get to my goals faster and get my crap done if I do them. And another kind of a tip with doing that, you guys, I will do like 2 or 3 back to back one night just to get them all versus like 3 nights in a row. I'm like, okay, I got a 30-minute, got to drag out all my products and get, on the screen. I will just do, okay, I'm going to do one at, 7:30, 8 and 8:30. Then I get 3 out of the way. That's just what works for me. It's just has helped managing my calendar. There is also a Zoom script on Road to Nation. So on Road to Nation, literally search I think it's literally Zoom party scripts and it will pull up. I have mine just put in like little page protectors. It will literally pull up what to say. It will literally give you like a guideline on what to say on a Zoom. And you guys, I still use it. I still follow it. So that's perfectly okay. Also, I don't know, a lot of you probably know about this, some of you may not. So I'm going to talk really quick on ethics. So exciting. So with the, coronavirus and stuff going on, Arbonne's really cracking down on like some of the verbiage that we can use, some of the things they want us to leave out, just to make sure we're building our businesses in a very classy, humble, appropriate way during this time. And make sure you guys go on to Road to Nation, look at all the stuff that's been posted on there as far as like what to say, what not to say. And if you're ever not sure, just ask us. Okay. I just want to make sure that everyone's paying attention to that because there are certain things that we were refraining from saying at this time. And I just don't want to, you're not going to like get fired if you post something, like someone will see it and will say something to you. Just look at those things to kind of get a good idea of what we need to be following. Also, so if you're not if you are someone that's like, okay, I'm ready to jump in, build a business, and you're not we have a Voxer group of the girls that the last couple of months have said, yes, I'm ready to run. Let's do this. If you're not in that group and want to be in that group, text me. I am more than happy to add you. That group is great for asking questions. just feeding off of each other's energy. I also want to say I get a lot of texts on like, how do I respond to this? How do I respond to this? Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. I love that. I'm going to encourage you guys to post it in the Voxer group, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, I'm going to bet that if, you know, Hannah has a question about verbiage, Paige is probably going to get a similar response sometimes. So it'd be good for everyone to see how, but I also think it's going to help your guys' confidence in how to respond, because I love, like, it makes my heart so happy when, you know, Paige asks a question and Hannah jumps up and answers it. Or, you know, Cassie asks a question and Carrie jumps up and answers it. Like, I want you guys to be able to help each other through that stuff. And I think then you guys will gain more confidence with verbiage, but you'll also probably get answers to questions that you would have had down the line. Also with welcome calls, I did want to go over. So welcome calls, I'm really wanting to, I'm going to come up with kind of a checklist on like, hey, this is what we're going to go over in a welcome call, send it to your new person, just so that way, like, I ask you like, okay, tell me a little bit about yourself. If they have no idea I'm going to do that, I feel like I'd be like, I mean, I don't know, my favorite color is pink and I'm 27. Like, that would just, I don't want to put people on the spot. So I want to have like a checklist. Here's what we're going to go over, just so that way we kind of have a guideline to follow. And it helps you as their sponsor feel more prepared prior as well. So I am going to be coming out with that. Also, incentives that we have going on. I'll repost how to earn the Raise the Bar brunch that we do every month. There was a limo incentive a while back. You guys, we did not forget about that. We will get it scheduled the second this stuff is like, we're back to normal. The last thing I want to say, make sure you guys know how to get the Florida trip incentive. And I'm going to go through our April numbers today, and I'll reach out to you guys and let you know like, hey, you're this close. I mean, there are some girls on our team that are extremely close to getting this already in the first month. So I'm going to reach out to you guys about that kind of thing. And then also, so when you promote and things, you guys, I mean, we give out gifts and things like that. And I was telling Aileen the other day, you know, I've never had a team that was so big that's working. And so I'm now like, okay, who gets them what? Like, you know, that type of thing. So I am actually going to type up a Excel or like a list of like what's expected as far as gifting. And I don't say that because you guys, I mean, here's the thing. When our people so when people I sponsor hit a milestone, I want to gift them. But like, and we need to be gifting, but like, please know that this isn't like a pressure thing, or like, I don't know like the most appropriate way to chat about this, but I just think it will be helpful to have a guideline so that way it's duplicatable. And I am going to kind of change up some things. Like, you know, if someone, for example, if someone gets into, if someone finishes district manager, here's what their, you know, sponsor will give them. Here's what their RVP will give them. You know, typically we in the past have never done gifts for qualification for area. I bought like the girls that got in qualification for area. The girls that went district, by the way, if you're on here, I have your gifts. I just got to like muster up the strength to go to the post office amidst all this like craziness, but I have them. So it's just kind of laying out, and I hope you guys find that helpful. And again, if it's something where you're like, hey, reach out to me if there's something that you're struggling with that, because I'm more than happy to do it too. I just want to make sure, like, I want you guys to feel loved and appreciated and celebrated. And it's nothing crazy, you guys. It is nothing crazy, I promise. So I did want to let you guys know that that's coming out. For now, I'm hoping to get that out to you within the next couple of days. For now, I will take care of it. So like, don't stress if you've had someone go district and you like didn't get them anything, or, you know, whatever, just don't even stress about it right now. Okay. I think that's it. The last thing I wanted to go over, and then I'll get to questions on the bottom. So it took me, and this is something I've been coaching a lot of my girls on too. In this business, not everyone is going to want to dive in and just go. Okay. And I very much, when I first started, like, I just assumed like, because I wanted to build this, everyone wanted to. And so one thing I really want you all to do as leaders too is like, don't be afraid to say like, hey, I will give you as much as you're giving me in return. And I'm not saying like in like a rude way, like, girl, you weren't on that call last night, so I'm not getting on a call with you today. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if someone is consistently not showing up, but then they want to, you know, take a couple hours of your time to go over stuff, just say like, hey, why don't we, like, what's another way that we can do that? Just, I want to protect you guys too, because when you're building really, really fast, you're going to feel torn in a lot of directions, and our team is building really fast. And you guys, and I'm saying that too, because the more you put into this, the more you're going to get out of it from the people around you too. Because if I see, okay, this girl is putting all of her eggs in her in her Arbonne basket, I'm going to put all of my eggs in her basket too. Okay, so just wanted to share that super quickly. And then let me see what questions Hannah had. Oh, there was something else really quick, you guys. I promise this is the last thing. Plug in, plug in, plug in. We have Sunday night calls every Sunday at 8. Even if you guys hide your faces and listen in, that is fine. Just listen in. We also do a call every Wednesday. Alicia's doing a ton of calls right now. Even if you don't have people on there, you guys, like, plug in. It is so important to plug in and listen to that stuff. I still learn something new every single time. So highly, highly, highly encourage you guys to do that. And then let me see what the questions were. What are you doing for business reach outs when they want more info since all of the DAs are deleted? Okay. This is something, Aileen, do you want to, were you going to raise your hand? Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, as we are speaking, I'm uploading the new Discover Arbonne presentation with talking points to Road to Nation, which I just changed to Limitless Life Nation. So if you're going in and trying to find it, you're going to be like, where's Road to Nation? And then they are making a new Discover Arbonne video. And then, so really right now, we're just going to focus on one-on-ones. Like pretty much every single night this month, there's going to be a Discover Arbonne or a Healthy Happy Hour with Alicia, myself, Kylie, every single night this month. So until we have new videos, you can just share your website. You can, you know, I wouldn't worry about, if you have a video that's still available that you use, we can share them with you individually, but there's just not a lot of good videos that are technically compliant because again, like Kylie said, with coronavirus, everything that we were saying, everybody's being picky. Any supplement company, whether it's network marketing or not, is just under the radar as far as like being careful with what you say. So videos are being kind of like not used right now. So I know that stinks, and they'll come back very shortly. There'll probably be a bunch being launched this week. And I know Arbonne's even making some. I'm going to make a new one that's compliant using the new one. Not that I said anything super not compliant, but I would talk about retiring, residual income. Those are like words they don't want people using right now because it can be looked at as, oh, well, you're telling me that I can get a Mercedes very easily because Arbonne is residual income. And it's like, no, I have residual income because of what I've built, and you have to go into more detail. So there's just little things that we have to change with our individual presentations, and so did every other MVP. So just kind of hold off on the videos for a couple more days, and we'll give you new ones as they come.
I was just going to say, quick to go off, if you guys need help with verbiage, just reach out to your sponsor to get help with verbiage. It would take us a hot minute to go over all of that. But yeah, your sponsor can help you. So can help you.
I had a couple questions.
Yep, go for it.
I'm trying to make a flyer for a Zoom. Do you guys usually just use like one of the pictures from the digital toolkit on the source, like as kind of like your background before you like add the information?
You can. I get mine off Pinterest just because it's easier. Just go to Pinterest and like search for a pretty picture. I don't know. You can totally get it off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can totally get off the source. It's more steps. Yeah, that's
okay,
what I would
perfect.
recommend. What was your?
And then my other question, because I don't know if anyone else is in the same boat. So last month I did like about 2,800 QV. So
Yep.
if I to do district manager in 2 months, is it 7,000 the traditional way? So would it be better for me to do the promotion with the 3,500, or is it still 6,000? So would I only need like 3,300?
It's 6,000 in 2 months. So if it's lower to do the traditional way, do the traditional way.
It is. If you did 2,800, you only need 3,200 this month, so that's lower. So you use that one.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 6,000 or 7,000 in 2 months. Okay, perfect.
6,000 over 2 and 7,500 over 3. So just calculate it and use the lower. Yep.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions? Okay, perfect. All right, so I will stop the recording.